Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here from Studio B in the Holman House, and we're going to be broadcasting full-time pretty soon from the airport here in Lansing, the Greater Lansing Region International Airport. A great airport and a great economic driver for mid-Michigan. Right now, we're going to spend time with Mark McDaniel, President and CEO of Cinnaire, which is headquartered in Lansing, but I understand you're on the road today, Mark.
Yes, I'm down in Indiana. It's my first trip down here since before the pandemic, and we have a very large presence here. And we had a ceremony last night. We have a program called Martindale Jumpstart, which is an educational program for emerging Black developers and contractors. We had our graduation last night. So
Wow.
Special night, very cool. 20 people that are on their way to do great things.
So, Cinnaire is in actually half a dozen states, always active. So remind everybody a little bit about your territory and the scope of services.
Yeah, we're a community development finance institution, started here in Michigan 29 years ago, but we have grown that footprint to cover 9 states, which is Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland.
Wow. You're like, that's the same footprint as the Big Ten.
Yeah,
That's
just
amazing.
about. I'm not going to California, so
Okay, well,
we're Big Ten now.
We're safe. We're safe in the old country.
Yeah.
So among the recent news items, we understand WSFS Cares Foundation has awarded you guys a great deal of money.
Yeah, it's that's the foundation of WSFS Bank. They're headquartered out in the Mid-Atlantic, and they're supporting our home ownership program in the state of Delaware. With these funds are going to be part of the leverage that we've gotten $20 million. This is the Catalyst Fund, so it's kind of tied in your next question. But we have been a sub-recipient of $20 million from the state of Delaware of ARPA money, and it's designated to do a home ownership program in the state of Delaware. The target is 100 homes that developers will buy, rehab, and then sell to qualified home buyers, which is all part of the other program that's in this, is the home buyer counseling programs. And also, this is part of our Jumpstart Wilmington work, is that we have these emerging developers in Delaware now that have gone through that program that will be likely part of the small development community that will go out, buy homes. The 20 million that we have will be gap financing to help the purchase of those homes. Mm-hmm. And actually do the rehab and then sell them at a rate that people can afford.
Well, and the beauty is this counseling piece of it. It's like when you give money, a lot of times it's wasted because people don't know exactly what to do with it or how to handle it. In this case, you counsel them through so they become responsible homeowners, et cetera.
Yeah. And it responsible, it's just not getting them in the home and walking away.
Right.
We're going to stay with them to make sure they have that stability so they become long-term homeowners.
Protect the equity and all that stuff. So you recently awarded $55 million in new markets tax credits.
Yeah, it's been a good 2 or 3 months. The new markets tax credit program is a very important program for us. We've been very successful with it. We just got notice we got $55 million, which will go into a whole host of different kinds of developments between commercial, mixed use, industrial, community centers, very in places in need. They employ, it's a job creation program. It's a real estate transformational program in distressed communities.
Well, and I think thanks for mentioning that, because it's important to reiterate, this is all for those in need. At the core value of what Cinnaire does, it's to help those who really need help.
That was our whole creation, is that investors back in the 90s had no interest in investing in Michigan at the time. And So our model was to be local, have our eyes and ears and understanding, the market dynamics, and that we felt would be attractive to investors to protect their investment. It worked, and we're now managing over $6 billion of loans and equity as a result of that in communities that have been in distress.
So, probably finally, we come to expect from Cinnaire, we understand Cinnaire Cares generates $35,000 to support mission-driven organizations. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, this is an idea that our staff came up with a few years ago, that they wanted to have the ability to take money out of their payroll checks and have it go into this program, which then Cinnaire Corporate would match 1-to-1, and then the staff would decide on where we would make grants with that to local community development corporations, social program things that are really at the ground level. So it's all driven by the staff. It's not a corporate thing. The staff did this, and they review all the applications, they make the decision, and then we match 1-to-1 for what the staff has raised.
Well, I think this also states the core value of your corporation and how the people that work there are committed to it. And keep up the good work. Mark McDaniel, President and CEO of Cinnaire, headquartered in Lansing, but covering a dozen states all over the Midwest to the East Coast. All right. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Keep up the good work. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network.